Vasundhara, founder of MindSpark Consultants. MindSpark Consultants is into conducting workshops in behavioral domain, and our style of training is experiential and facilitative. So the single most reason or purpose why we conduct these kind of workshops is to have success in your personal life, in your relationships, or in your career. What do I mean when I say you have to be successful or you need to have success? Is there is certain purpose when you're trying to communicate or converse with somebody else. Then it can be your spouse, it can be your friend, it can be your boss, it can be your junior. But there is a certain outcome which is expected at the end of the conversation. And you want it to be striking your best at each time. Some people seem to be having the skill and everybody, maybe you and me, don't have it. Why is it? What am I trying to hint at? I'm trying to tell you about influential skills. So let's have a closer look at this today. So when you're dealing with people, one thing you need to know that people are different. And we always wonder why they're not like me, but that's a fact. Let's accept. So that's why influencing each set of people is going to be different each time. So can we just categorize or have some basic framework to know what frame this person belongs to and what is it that I need to adapt while talking to him or her? Let's have a look at it. So let's have kind of a framework. Okay, so let's have this grid where at extreme left we have people who are detail oriented, who are task oriented, who are kind of analytical in their nature. Okay, on extreme right you have people who are people oriented, who want to have fun, who are kind of those feelers. They always want to be feeling something and they want to know the bigger picture in order to really get into action. On top, let's have people who are outgoing or assertive in nature, and at bottom, let's have people who are kind of introvert or people who are more sensitive or people who are kind of less open to quick action. They're not slow paced, but they're not very quick. They'll not jump into the action. So if we have to classify people into these four quadrants, how would we? So we're going to have drivers who are task oriented, who are detail oriented, but they are also assertive and outgoing. So who are these people? All those top bosses or CEOs who want to know what's happening. So when you go to them, you don't go with the entire detailed report, but in bullet points, but be sure that they are going to pinpoint certain things and ask you to give details. Be ready. They don't have that much of time to read the detailed report, but they do require details. So they are very, very task oriented. They are outgoing. They are assertive. Okay. Now the second quadrant tells you about all those people who love being with people, who are having fun each time, whenever they are working. They want to know the bigger picture in order to get into action. They are also outgoing and they are also assertive. So most of the time, those people who are into sales or those people who are into people-oriented jobs like marketing or media and advertising or key account managers, all those people fall into this category. They are not going to read your long emails. So you better send only bullet points to them to assure that they're reading. In case you want to talk to them, don't send an email. It's better drop by, have a chat over the cup of coffee. That will serve you a better purpose. Okay? In this quadrant, we have all those people who can be called amiable. So what they seek is harmony, because they are people oriented, but at the same time they're not those aggressive, they're not that assertive. They want to really have a right one-on-one conversation. So most of the time people from HR or all those caring job profiles fall into this category. So be sure that whenever you want to communicate with these people, have sufficient time on hand, have a one-on-one conversation with them and give all the details, make them also understand. Yourself also you should be able to feel and make them feel what you're feeling, and you'll get going. In this quadrant, you're going to have all those people who are task-oriented, detail-oriented, but at the same time, they want to be secluded. They're introverts. They want to be in their own space. So most of the time, people from accounts, your CAs, your lawyers, your CFOs would be falling into this category. So they are going to have each time their reports in details. So now supposing somebody from sales or somebody who is expressive calls up who is analytical and says by 2 o'clock, can you just give me a kind of report on this subject? 2 o'clock? Are you kidding, man? Because they don't understand pointers. They have to give a report which is a detailed report. They have to actually analyze the data and then give you the information. So they're not going to get it. So you need to understand first which quadrant you belong to. What are your preferences? When you're communicating, what is it that you require and you prefer? At the same time, when you're talking to somebody else, you can roughly get him into this framework and understand what might be his preference when you're communicating to him. And bingo, you know how to influence that person. So I hope this small video on influencing people helps you understand that people are different. They generally have their own preferences, and if you want to influence and get your work done or have a kind of desired outcome at the end of it, there is a different way to deal with each one. Thank you so much. See you again.